create descriptions.
What? Where are we editing it? Where are we editing it? Where are we editing it? So I'm actually starting already, so you have to go to the ad roll and stuff though. Where do I send you that stuff, man? Where do I send you that stuff? We're not doing... Oh, no, okay. Okay, once it's live, I'll edit it. Are we live now?
We're still not getting any video on any of the channels. Have you guys gone live yet?
No, yeah, we're just on the link. So, watching everyone move to your podcast.
Alright.
Blinding. Shadows traveling.
Yeah, we're watching.
Die.
Wait to do like resume after.
Cover
this.
going out.
So we're gonna start. Maybe we're gonna start now. It's already halfway through the pistol round. We have to sure.
Annihilated.
One enemy remaining.
Greatest one first round.
Alright, so again guys, welcome to the CVCI Invitationals, and we're already done with our pistol round, having our attacking side, win that first round, and as swiftly as it is, let's go and head on to the second round this time.
That's right. On the defender side, it is Veritas Arcus. On the attacker side, it is KU Esports. They're a Thai team. These are all collegiate teams, so these are basically the future pros that you're going to be expecting to see playing at Worlds perhaps one day for Valorant. And we are on bind. This was the map pick for KU Esports, so Veritas Arcus did want to start on the defender side. You can see right now there's a heavy stack over towards that hookah position. They've basically just invested into pistols here, just trying to save a little bit of money. There's already a bit of contact happening here as well.
Yes, and this is going to be a very messy fight right here, rallies to and fro, with the gunshots everywhere, and seeing that Cypher is quickly transitioning from the elbow area, so they just really have to just defend the spike from getting diffused.
Grossoff just trying to shift peek in, trying to get a little bit of damage done, poking here and there, and he's actually trying to push his way back in, but the paranoia hits him perfectly, and he's going to have to back away for just a little bit longer here. But the kills are actually coming in for the Thai team. Lol with a double kill here. It's going to be Grossoff finding one in exchange, but all by himself, it is going to be Grossoff going down, and straight away, straight back into the favor of the Thai team, and they've actually got the momentum and the economy in their favor as well.
Indeed. So now they have a lot of economy to actually buy essential weapons here. So I think they will be sticking to their stones here, really effective onto the B site. But you know, they might take them by surprise here. Whenever maybe they might go and transition themselves to A.
And if you're curious, KU Esports, they have basically a sixth man, and they seem to roll him on different maps, so that they always have the advantage as much as possible, which is a really smart play coming in from them. This lineup altogether, as you can see here, they don't really have that many flashes on the defender side. Having the Reyna means that you have a flash that's potentially destroyed easily. So I feel like this is going to be a difficult task for them, because unless your Reyna can get a bunch of kills, it's going to be pretty much useless.
True. So this shock dart is going to incapacitate the Cypher right there onto the shower area. But you know, I think earlier they were going into the B site, but right now they are eyeing out for A. So it's very nice that the defending side is on patrol there as well here.
Fox do double kill straight through the doors as well, but that spike is going to be going down the wing around the smoke.
Spike planted.
Alright. So the blade is going to be used right here to just add some health up on his sleeves and actually wait for the omen here on the lamps. But he has to be careful, however, that he is sandwiched back there. So this is a good opportunity for them to actually go for the flawless take.
So, I mean, it was a good idea coming in from the defender's side. They all rotate over towards that A site to try and defend, because that push came straight in. It was a split from bathroom and a split from mid. They had all the utility placed out in the right places, and I don't know, the defense coming in from the side of Veritas Arcus, they're jumping out inside of, on top of, Lamp, and basically just going for these super aggressive plays, and they're getting shut down at every single turn. So I feel like they need to get a little bit more passive with their defense, let those utilities wait out the smokes, make some space for themselves, and start to make their way back into these sites. And so right now you can see the spike seems to be going over towards Hookah, and there could be a potential rotate in to come in from the connectors. Javi has actually found Dash Jr. at the very start of this round, but they've already found Hookah.
Alright, and I like it how they kind of juggle with the strategies right here during our pistol rounds and our early rounds, that they are opting for B. So during our previous round, they kind of transitioned themselves to A, just so they could play mind games with our defender side right here. And speaking of mind games, they will be going for the commit here onto B site. With that recon bolt, it's not going to be effective since, like what I said, it's the elbow area. They are going to be sandwiched there to and fro. So Lil here just really on standby for the takes here, and he has to be very careful. And going into the operator, I think he will be opting for that save, but they are onto the hunt here on Jet though, so he has to actually run away if he really wants to save the op.
They don't want him to save it. He's actually going back through the teleporter, so he's actually alone in B. He can actually go straight for the defuse there. If he had actually stuck that, they would have won the round, but instead he tries to avoid the site. But he had no idea that there was no one left on the side of B, so that's super unfortunate coming in from him. And, well, I mean, just for the side of KU Esports, they're all just reliant on Humble 2K right now, who's getting all these kills. He's not the entry, but as soon as LoL pushes in, it gets a little bit of butter going on to these teams, and it's going to be Humble 2K just clean them up. And so, pretty good start coming from them. You're actually seeing advanced strats coming in from these guys as well. These are strats that you see from pro level teams, which basically you can see the drone pushing in first. You've got the team, everyone else pushing in with the drone and sticking just behind it, because that way you're getting that free information. They can convert that information quickly, and the only thing you're going to lose in that information gathering is your drone, and then you got the refrag coming in from a player. So.
Oh yeah, this is pretty interesting because most of our players right here are onto B side, really having that intuition that they might go for this again. But it's also interesting that no one is actually defending the A side right there. So this is going to be information, because he is already deploying the drone there, and only to find out that there aren't any defenders actually in the area.
Interesting little stat here from Haps. He is from a actual pro team here in the Philippines called CTNX, and they got third place at a couple of tournaments around the Philippines as well. So he has a lot more experience than everyone else. You can see just going into this round, it's going to be as passive as possible. They've freed up the A side, the spike goes down, and they're just going to wait for this round to finish as quickly as possible. Jet, Reyna, and Cypher, the last 3 players remaining for the side of Viridis Arcus, they're going to be saving going into the next round. So they'll have some money to work with, but it will be 4-1. And actually, KU Esports, they sort of run away with this first map. Bind is their map pick, so they're probably feeling confident on it. But yeah, pretty flat response so far from Viridis Arcus. Hopefully they can get into this game at some point.
True, and while our attackers are just, simply have to keep doing what they do best right now, since it's really working out for them. But at the same time, for the side of our defenders here, they really have to, let's say, keep it on ground with the terms of both sides. Because if they kind of neglect that factor, it would just really go, snowball in terms of the scores of our rounds.
Here.
Very true. Bobster, he's got Paranoia ready to go out, but the only person they will find is Humble 2K, and he's very far back. Meanwhile, Havi, that's a nice shot, dashes straight away. The Jet and Op still overpowered.
Something that I could never do. And of course, going here onto the showers area again, really, guarding those areas back there, and it's a good start. Only if he is in a very good position to actually place himself. But right now, I think they are transitioning to the marketplace area here, so they have to be very careful. Jet is on standby, so most likely they will be blinding out to block that vision and to force the Jet to actually go and reposition.
These pushes have been so simple coming in. Javi actually found a triple kill here, and this is pure solo performance. Senorita will finally take him down, but there's Buster for the refrag. Javi got that round basically on his own. That was a 3K coming in from him on the defense there on the A side, and they cannot rely on that to be their defense, because there's only so many rounds where you can punish. You get multi-kills like that. And so his teammate there, it was Willie, that didn't really contribute to that final result. He did go down to the enemy Sova's ult there, but still, you can't rely on the individual skills. It has to be a proper response in terms of your utility usage and how you're setting up these defenses. So now you can see they've made a change up here, Haps switching over towards the A site. That means they got a sentinel over towards A, and that makes things a little bit easier. Camera going to give some information as well, so he doesn't have to reveal himself. So a good adjustment, but he's still very much alone over on A, and so you can see now rotating back over will be Grosso.
And of course, they are kind of like holding in terms of pushing either of the sites right here, trying to find out first which of the sites is less populated here. And that is a nice call, since they have a certain amount of time to actually work with here for any potential rotations. But they are transitioning themselves here into the hookah area, so all they have to do is just really secure it first before committing any push.
Probably got past without being noticed.
So there's a lot of blinds right there, a lot of kits that is being thrown out or dished out by our attacker side. But this is a kind of a rally in terms of kills. This is a 3-2 fight. So they are inside the containers there. So Cypher has to have, position himself in a way that he can do this 2v1 clutch.
That was such a good hold, but now Haps has to find his way back in, and he made a lot of noise just then. He can't even get the first kill. Humble 2K, he will be going down eventually, but Foxy was there for the refrag. And I mean, as soon as you can see, there's like this great thought behind Javi's play there, right? He's got an ult, so you can go over to the ult, you can get some damage done while still being mobile, since you can't do that with the ult out. But as soon as he peeks out, Humble 2K is there just to shut him down. And so another round in favor of KU Esports, and they've only managed to bring one back in these 5 rounds that KU Esports have found here. Viridis Arcus only found the one, so 2-5 at this point in time. They do still keep the sentinel over towards A, and 3 players over towards B, but again, it's going to be a stack over towards A this time.
Yes, so again, Sova right here is going to go into the shower area. So a lot of kits once again are being dished out. So respective ults of each ciphers are going to be used to getting some information on the last locations of our respective teams. And wow, that was quick.
That's shut down. And the fast response as well coming in from Humble. Dash finding one as well. There's Bouter. It's just going to be exchanges at this point, but of course it is the one-man advantage over towards KU. Willie completely blinded, and there's Senorita. Great peek onto Willie as well. And 6-2, I mean, they're making it look easy. KU Esports, they lose a couple of players here and there, but that's against full gun buyers here. That was with the advantage, knowing that all that information was theirs to have. And they're still falling to these plays coming from KU Esports. So Virtus Arcus, their adjustments not working out for them. I feel like it should be just a. They have the Sentinel over here. They have Rain over there as well, considering that he can get some kills, try and back away, get some health back. And I mean, Javi, he's not finding as many kills with the AWP. After that first one round, they adjusted on the side of KU Esports, so it's a bit difficult for them at this point. And again, that spike over towards the B side, they're just playing loosely at this point. They're just playing for information, maybe find one kill and they'll choose which side they attack.
True, and I like it as well that they aren't as aggressive in terms of actually pushing the site. They're kind of like holding and waiting for them to actually at least pick off one or two members of our defenders before actually committing. And that's like one of the things that you have to consider as well here. And although the Jet is doing a pretty good job in actually sniping out the members of our attackers, the fact that it's kind of in a disadvantageous point when you're in melee, but abusing that low health though was able to snag that round into their favor.
Oh, Javi, a little bit of BM there. Let's try and keep the relationship between C teams as friendly as possible. You know, in general, in FPS, it's somewhere in the Philippines that doesn't get along with everyone else. It's probably because we're very toxic, but hopefully we can change that mindset. Regardless, good round from Virtus Arcus, a good response, but again, they rely on Javi to get all of those kills. There's another 3k from him to win another round there. And it's not as sustainable as, full teamwork, but I mean, if it works, it works. Keep abusing Javi if you must.
Yes, but it looks like they are going to engage here onto the showers area. Let's see if there could be potential pickups right there. So Jet right here just really sniping out of the A short. So again, really consistent with them holding their grounds first. So they're a bit scattered. They are dispersed here for the attackers. But, the Jet was able to snipe one down. So this is going to force our attackers to be on the reactive phase and just try to commit as much as possible here.
See the AWP ready to go. That cage that cage activates just as the push comes in. I've actually gets information that Lola's making his way in towards U-Hole. So Hap still has the info and he cannot get the kill. Foxu going down.
Was able to shot the Cypher there.
So unfortunate.
One enemy remaining.
So far I like it that they are still holding ground, really utilizing their numbers there. It was a 3v1 fight, so all they really need to do is just pressure out the server earlier, and of course they were able to get another round on their own. But this time, if I'm not mistaken, this is the switch.
That'll be 2 rounds from now. It's at 12 points.
Yeah.
There was a big play there as well coming in from Borster. He finds the kill on Hookah and starts to push in. He gets all that information by pushing into their mid, pushing into their Narnia and into the flank there. That's how he got that final kill. And so now they're starting to play more aggressive here. Virtus Arcus, the adjustment they're making, play more aggressive, try and get more map control, and then it'll make retakes that much easier, which is pretty smart play here. Look how much control they've taken from Hookah here. It's not so passive anymore.
They kind of doing it in a fashion wherein they are both holding their grounds, but at the same time really forcing our attackers in a reactive phase. So with that snipe that Jet was able to get, they are going to force themselves to transition into the A site. So a quick change of plans right here, but I think our defenders are up on their feet, and if you notice how they are slowly rotating from the elbow side to A.
Aggressive take into the A side, all the utility being thrown out, the spike already being planted, and
Spike planted.
Viridius maybe playing a little bit too passively here, but now they can be the attacker side as they force their way back into the side. And oh, that's unfortunate timing. Great peek from Senorita, Dash Jr. as well on towards Haps and Javi looking over towards mid short, but I don't think they're going to find their way back into this. It's a 3 versus 4 in the retake. And well, they've just lost LOL, so there is a chance, but Gross actually finds a double kill, so now there actually absolutely is a chance. Both players now remaining inside of U-Lamps, and it's going to be Javi finding the first. There's the smoke onto the plant, diffusing, and is halfway through, out in the open. Great shot from Javi. He has been carrying this game forward, and a 5th round should be on the board here for Viridius Arcus. A great retake coming in. That's all on the back of Javi and Grostov there.
Yeah, so definitely they're already, you know, setting their footing this time around with the previous round that we had earlier. And yeah, as you mentioned, it was a very nice retake from them. And I think they just need to, you know, be consistent about their previous performances here, and they might actually be able to tie this out.
Absolutely, and because as soon as they can start doing that, they'll be losing a lot less players at the very start of the round and having to invest less into these rounds as well. Javi, that's a very tight angle. All 4 players from the side of KU Esports making their way in over towards Hookah, and they've actually taken control this time. Viridius Arcus give up control of Hookah, and I feel like that may punish them later on. But we'll see here. They've been trying to play basically for retakes for this side of Viridius Arcus. Oh, spotted!
That was a too close for comfort right there. He could have been sniped out. Luckily, he was able to, you know, get those jiggles out and was able to go into safety. But look at that Bolster with that double kill onto the B side.
Player remaining.
Forced a triple kill, grows off the final kill, and it will be a very close scoreline, 6-6.
Switching sides.
Yes, so finally we are already into the second half of our first match. And this is getting pretty interesting because they were able to even out the scores here. So if they were able to do that, and they could, you know, do a splendid job in actually defending the sites right here, this could be like a potential comeback for our defender side.
Now, what does scare me is the fact that, again, I iterated this at the start of the game. Viridius Arcus, they have no pop flashes. They've got a Reyna, they've got the Omen, the Paranoia, the Sight Steals. They've got those, but they're not as effective as you'd say have a Phoenix or a Breach, which, you know, KU Esports has both. So this could be very difficult takes, but they have been very good on those retakes, which means that they should be good on these attacks as well. And so already pushing into the A side, it will be Dash Jr. to find the first kill.
Yeah, make that a double for actually Dash Jr. right there, and the early seconds of our game too. So that was a headshot, but was still not enough to actually take him down completely. So they are populated here, and looks like Haps is gonna use that teleporter to, you know, aid the Boaster here onto the B side. So a quick rotation is going to be committed here, and oh, from the behind.
Great way to put it. I cannot believe he readjusts that to go for an open plan, and Humble 2K is just sitting right there waiting for him. And that recon drone comes out so late, and so they've just taken back control of Hookah. There's Fox2 finding Haps. Last player alive will be Willie in a 1 versus 5, and I don't see this happening. He will find the first kill, looking for the... Oh my goodness, the amount of damage that's just been done by Dash Jr. down towards Willie. He's on 26. There's the molly down. 20 seconds remaining. I mean, there's no chance at this point. 7 seconds to get a plant, which means he basically has 14 to get back in, and Humble will get the final kill, and it will be KU leading into the second half.
Indeed. So yeah, we are seeing again some, you know, good defense coming from KU here, but you know, Viridius Arcus just have to, you know, really play along with our maps right here. I mean, they got the initiations here and smokes, but it's also important that they position themselves in a way that they are not, you know, getting attacked by either the behinds or anywhere from the line with their blind spot.
Absolutely, covering their flanks, making sure that they're not getting shut down at all these points. I mean, it's where their utility really comes into play. They need to use their skills to get in. and I don't feel like they have enough clearing sites. And if you're looking at Willie, I don't think he knows a lot of these presets for his recon drones and such. So it's gonna be a difficult take. But here we go. It will be a hookah push coming in towards the A side.
Mhm.
Sorry, towards the B side.
It's fine. But you know, the flashers are on standby here. And yeah, as mentioned, it's going to be used. Again, a lot of resources to work with. And as mentioned, you really have to check your behind right here, because that is what, you know, keeps Virtus Arcus, you know, keep on rolling and actually returning them the favor. So a little bit of rally here onto the elbow side, but you know, was able to pick that trade by Willie. And this is a 3-2 fight. Foxy was able to take a headshot here, however, so they just have to focus on defusing, whilst the other one is gonna, you know, really watch that hookah area. And just like that, they were able to, you know, outplay here.
It's a pretty good eco round coming in from British Arcus. They managed to take 3 guns out of the hands of KU Esports. So, I mean, that's the most you can really ask for on a round like that if you're not fully force buying in. And now, they can buy up completely. They've all got Phantoms, they've got their Vandals ready to go. And KU Esports, they lost 3 guns that last round after force buying all of that weaponry. So, they're going to have a little bit of a difficult time on that defense. But from what we've seen so far, I think they shouldn't have that big a problem. Humble actually hasn't invested too much into his utility here, and he still has a Spectre. So it's a bonus round coming in for him. And so all around will be an interesting round to watch. And you can actually see the spike make its way up towards B long. And only one person from the side of Virtus getting information towards the A site to make sure no one is flanking, as you say. So at least they're making that adjustment. All 4 players over towards the B side, and I think it's definitely going to be a B push.
But they still have to like hold their grounds right here. They don't wanna, you know, actually get picked off by our defenders. Basically, if you would like to go for the commit, at least get 1 or 2 members here. But you know what? They are trying to take their time right here. You know, utilizing everything that they have. Okay, so he dashes in, and again from the behind, and using the containers to actually wallbang that. And you know, for another potential plant here by, if I'm saying it's Boaster. And yeah, just like that, onto the elbow side. Ooh, he might get sandwiched right here. So another dash for Savi. And yeah, I did this all the more. This is just, you know, good defending for Virtus here.
So now KU Esports having to make a little bit of space away from that B side, actually backing away at this point, and Virtus Arcus already they're showing a lot more prowess on their attacker side than they were on their defense. And so we're looking at a 7-8 scoreline here, and I mean, it is 1st to 13, and so both teams are actually getting very close here. They're all going to go back to the teleporter, and it will be around Virtus Arcus. 3 players from the side of KU Esports will be saving their guns, which means that they can drop over for their teammates, and they should have a full buy going into this round as well. So Virtus Arcus, they need to stay on their toes for now, otherwise they're going to be in a bit of trouble if they start to underestimate this lineup from the Thai side.
My thanks.
Alright, so still sticking to some melee weapons right here. And yeah, as you mentioned, it was a smart move for them to go for the save instead, since they were kind of pinched into the elbow side. That kind of like, you know, narrowed down their options and actually going for the defuse. So cameras are going to be in here, giving some vision onto B long, and they're actually going for the aggressive defense this time around.
Yikes.
Oh, we get a triple for Savi here.
I got this.
That last shot was such a sick flick.
Yes.
2 versus 3 now, and they actually from that one play they got a 2-man advantage, and straight away they're at a 3-man deficit. And so Dash Jr. already on that flank. He's already found Willie, and they've taken full control of that B site. But Senorita, this is turned back. It has to be Javi to do all of this all by himself. There's Javi fighting one more after the ace. He does get it. It's going to be Javi with a 5k in the round, and they've just tied things up.
That was just a beautiful ace coming in from Savi with I just really want to like highlight that 3rd kill with that, you know, flick earlier onto B long. That was beautiful. Like, man, I gotta, you know, get some lessons with this guy. But But going back here, so that is gonna like tie out the scores, and so far, yeah, this is gonna show them some good progress onto their attacking side. So they just have to really be consistent in their performance here. But looking at the rotations, they kind of forgot to take the spike right here. But
Cage triggered.
going back, they might want to hold their ground this time around, since for the defender side.
That crossfire has been revealed, but if they don't want to beat Javi finding the kill through the smoke as well. That kind of sucks if you're KU Esports. Haps making a lot of space for himself here as well, and it will be an orb picked up, and behind him he actually has someone on the flank here. Haps has some kind of inkling of its location, but Dash Jr. a great shot with the Sheriff. Senorita finding Javi as well, and so a 3 versus 4, and without Javi, how can they even do this? Senorita's actually found another kill with that shorty. How are they finding more? Oh, they're just messing around. What are they doing? This is a pro game. Lol just messing about with his teammate, and down he goes, and he has to back away. Lol back towards spawn. This is 2 versus 3 now. But it can go either way. Willie will be finding one more.
Alright, so this is a 2v2 fight for both our attackers and defenders. So, hearing that out, that there was a reload here,
30
so they
seconds
are
left.
on wall to go together. Who
Standing.
gets to flick first? And of course, Willie will be getting that kill onto the hookah area. So this may be a good potential for a clutch, but it looks like they are going to rotate themselves to A. Oh no! Actually, committing into B, since they are running out of time right now. Ooh.
That was such a great way to bait out his position there. Foxu, he has to destroy the blind, otherwise he's not going to see what he's shooting at. If he had gone to hide instead, wait for that to disappear, I think he would have stood a chance. But he jumps the gun, and Grossoff punishes him for it, and it was well played. Apparently they don't need Javi to win rounds, and so they've actually just taken the lead.
Yes, and yeah, the thing is, for the side of our defenders here, it was a good take there into our previous ones, wherein they kind of took advantage of our attackers being hurdled up together. But right now, again, another commitment might be happening here. The area will be tracking that cipher there, and that is valuable information for our attacker side. Ooh. Shock darts on top.
Haps spots across. There goes his camera. But they've got information there. They've basically spotted the AWPer. That's Humble 2K spotted with the recon drone. They spotted another player that was Foxu. So now they know there's basically 2/3 players over towards the B sites. They actually rotate quick over towards A, and this could be the play, but Dash Jr. just found the first kill, and Haps looking to get the refrag. They're all wanting to go for this, and they actually will find it.
Very nice headshot coming in from Haps right here, and this is just really messy at this point onto the A side, just committing one into another, being reactive to and fro. But you know what? With all of this momentum that's happening, our defenders was able to hold ground.
That was just a chaotic round there, and KU Esports playing around it perfectly.
Indeed. So now I think this is, yeah, I like it how both of our teams are just tying out their rounds right here. It just goes to show that both of them are really on par in terms of performance, and I think it's just a matter of execution on who gets to be picked off first. Alright, so again another commitment here onto B long. Let's see if he is able to snipe one down. Reina has to be very careful in keeping, so that was a very nice decision in actually blinding our operator first, and then the attackers will be abusing that to go for the commit. Alright, Blade Storm is hovered by Savi right here, transitioning himself onto the elbow side, was able to snipe down one, and this is a good opportunity for them to go for the take. So yeah, this is a nice round through and through for them.
Anyway, guys, today our observer is Scrawn, and he's doing a pretty good job so far. Scrawn, can you show us the stats for a second? I want to see how many kills Javi has. Scrawn, please.
Scrawn, are you here? Can you move the glass?
That goes there.
Thank you so much.
There you go,
That
24 kills for Javi and 12 deaths. Looking at, basically look at the comparison with his teammates. That's a very big deficit. It's 11 kills in the lead.
Indeed. But you know, with all that kills right there, I think it's also important to consider what happens into the round there, because even though that he has the most high kills there, the fact that the others are going for some trades for him to actually get some kills is one of the things that you have to consider here as well. So okay, Humble doing some sniping powers over there, was able to take down one for the attacker side.
See, the spike makes me up towards B long. They do have Haps watching towards mid, and Javi looking towards mid as well. And Javi, probably a very scary prospect at this point for KU Esports, because he's just been so consistent so far. And Javi's looking for a little bit. Look how he checks every corner. The player that's always a lot more meticulous is always the one that finds a lot more kills, because they're checking every corner. They're keeping themselves safe. It's just so thorough, and I love to see it.
Truly. So Javi was blinded here, but he was stealthy enough to actually hide himself into the box.
30 seconds
right
left.
now they are slowly transitioning themselves into A, but that snipe for Humble here not really picking down a fight in terms of the usage of operators. So again, another kill coming from Cypher here. So Rolling Thunder is going to be used to blind out
One
that
player remaining.
Serena, which was in
10 seconds
the
left.
favor. So they have 10 seconds left to actually plant, but still holding their ground. Senorita will be having that final kill.
Just a great flash. Just goes around the corner to get that flash out. I love it. Look how close this game is. It's been back and forth a lot in these last couple of rounds. And the question is, whose economy is going to break first? If it keeps going on like this, basically they're going to get to a point where it's like, okay, 12 to 11 or 11 to 12, and then one team's going to have broken economy. This could go to overtime, absolutely, but I feel like the economy's going to break before then, and then we're going to have an absolute winner. It just depends who can't deal with the pressure first.
Indeed. So Recon Bolt onto the B long to see some valuable information if ever one can get caught right here. So they have a vague idea that there is one operator
Here.
that is doing some surveillance onto hookah area, so they have to be very careful in terms of peek. And I guess the best way to actually peek right here is to just do some jiggle peeking into the site. But this is also a good strategy. I think Bolster is gonna go for some shadows onto the elbow area.
Oh, there's so many flashes. You have no idea where to look. Fox has actually just been found by Javi as well on that take. And damage coming in from the inside. There's so many recon bolts, and Fox is finding so many kills. He's looking for more. That's a 4K. There's finally Bounce to shut him down, but he's so low on HP. It doesn't even matter at this point. It's going to be a round coming back in for the side of KU Esports.
So this is looking pretty good. That was again another chaotic fight for both sides of our teams. A lot of flashes, a lot of smokes that were dished out, but still favored KU Esports right here. And funny thing is that the fact that even though that there were a lot of skills that were dished out, they still remain calm, not really getting deterred by all that fiasco, and just really standing their ground and really forcing our attackers here to be on a reactive state.
Play reactive, and well, this is going to be causing a reaction, absolutely. Humble 2K peeking in towards mid with the AWP in hand. He's got all his utility already placed on that B site, so he's got really nothing left to use there. There's the camera out, gets all the information, and then jumps straight back in towards the site.
Here.
All 5 players from the side of Viridis are over towards the A side.
Alright.
Paranoia's just found them all, I think.
Alright, so Dasher was able to get that shot here onto the lamp, so this maybe give them some leeway to actually sandwich out the members of the attackers here. Not a very nice strategy to go all out right there.
Absolutely. You're absolutely not wrong. That was a very bad strat. At what point do you say, okay, force buy everything you can, rush A? That's not going to work. Not at this level. not with the utility they have. That one paranoia thrown out there by Dash Jr., that's all they needed. It completely disrupted that push coming in from Viridis. Now, Viridis, they've got guns. They can try and fight back for this overtime. But KU Esports, they've got so much momentum. That's 3 rounds in a row on their defense. And they're just looking so good. And so this is going to be so difficult for Viridis.
Yeah, all they have to just really, hold their grounds, and this kind of like forces a change of strategy for our attackers to really transitioning themselves to be onto hookah. But then again, they have to be very careful in, being crowded all the time, because they might get just picked off by our defenders here. So flashing for to actually block their vision. And right now, again, more chaotic fights to and fro. Really constant here. So, wow.
That's it.
Yeah, and
I mean,
everything.
as you've been saying, chaos, absolute chaos every single time. Those last couple of rounds, it was just completely messed up, and just incredibly fast paced. It was so hard to hold on to. So, seriously, well played there by the side of KU Esports. Javi, he tops the scoreboard, but his teammates, they need to catch up. They're not going to be winning this best of 3 unless everyone can start to perform on that same level. I mean, we saw a couple of highlights coming in from everybody else, but it really was just Javi. He got the aces, he got all those 3Ks, he did so much work, and still they couldn't win that out. So there you go. That was your first game of the Cyberathlete Valorant Collegiate Invitational International Tournament. These are all, future pros coming in. By the way, my name is Jaeger. This is Sayora with me. We're your captain for today. And that was KU Esports versus Viridis Arcus. KU Esports is a Thai team from Kasetsart University, and Viridis Arcus is a Filipino team from De La Salle University. So we'll be taking a quick break before game number 2, so do stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Cyberathlete Valorant Collegiate Invitational International Tournament. My name is Jaeger, joined by Sayora again. We just saw KU Esports versus Viridis Arcus for game number 1. That was on Bind, that went in the favor of KU Esports. Now we're heading over towards Split, where we're going to have KU and Viridis yet again. They'll be trying to get some revenge for the side of Viridis, and KU Esports, they're going to be trying to shut this down 2-0. This is the map pick of Viridis Arcus, and so it will be KU Esports starting on the defender side. So should be an interesting matchup, especially considering what we've already seen today.
Yeah, indeed. And you know, you can't really deny the fact that both of our teams are really on par in terms of performances, since they're kind of like rallying out all of the rounds, and it just goes to show that KE Sports was able to really stand their ground in terms of the defending sides into our bind area during our previous match. But this time around, since as you mentioned, we are in the map of Split, which is a little bit more compressed in comparison with bind, so this kind of like gives them a bit more space to work with here. Especially, usually the action kind of starts onto either the middle area that kind of will tell to where our attackers could go for some transition, if either they would go or to B side or onto A. So it kind of varies here. So I'm pretty excited to see some strategies that both of our teams are going to display here. But you have to take note, guys, that they are intercollegiate teams. So this may be your future pro players.
That's right, there you go. And as you said, Split, it's a very tight map, but there's also a lot of verticality, so I expect to see some good plays coming out of Harvey as well. We saw a great performance from him in that first game. A lot of kills going in his way, and just really playing his game very well. So going into Split, where it's a lot of tight angles, where there's a lot of place where you can shine as a jet main. I think they can show off a better performance. Hopefully they get to map number 3. I mean, we're seeing basically a lack of basics coming in from the side of Viridis Arcus going into that game against KU Esports. KU Esports, they've done their homework. You're seeing setups coming in from the side of their Cypher. That was Humble 2K, I think his name was, and really just such good setups, really good responses. They were adjusting on time as well. It really separates teams when you can mid-round call like that, because that is where the chaos happens, right? That's where you have to start working together as a team. That's where that gel in your mind starts to make sense. And we've seen them in so many situations where they're stuck in sort of, a 3 versus 5. There's smokes all over the site. There's all these recon bolts and flashes coming out, and they still win those rounds out because they start to work. They start to make sense of all of that chaos. We're already into the pistol round here as well. So, well, take it away, Ziora.
They were able to plant down that spike in a very rush manner here. Okay, so they are going into the back of A right now, but okay, that was a nice trade. But Raze has to be up on his feet right now. The Boombot was able to take him down. A little bit of an anticlimactic pickup right there for the side of the Sova. You don't really want to get caught out by that Boombot.
Yeah, that was caught on stream. That's not how you want to go down. Foxy with a 4K in the round. He's actually switched over. He was Sova in that first half. Now playing on the Raze. Let's see who else has actually changed over. It seems to be only Foxu for the side of KU. Everyone else seems to be on the exact same agents. So interesting choice coming in. And for the side of Viridis Arcus, I don't think they've made a single change. This looks like the exact same lineup.
Indeed. And yeah, I mean, maybe it is in terms of preferences as well, and also like comfortable agent picks right here.
Oh, actually, I may be dumb because I just realized they have a breach on their side, so they do have flashes this time around. So that will be of some help. And actually, look, already pushing into mid. They have so much information coming in from Senorita, pushed all the way down towards Sewer, towards Ramen, and now they should have information because the rest of Viridis have actually made their way over towards mid. And do they check this corner? They don't check the corner! What do you mean? Senorita finding a double kill. There's Foxy popping in the right time as well. Foxy with a double. Harvey trying to get at least one. It will be the one. Dashes away. And it's going to be Foxy trying to get the final kill. Harvey trying to bait out a shot. Nice headshot with the classic. Looking for a little bit more. There coming from behind. Paranoia will blind him out. Completely blind. It will be Dash Jr. take him down. Good double kill there from Harvey. But 2 rounds consistently from KU Esports. They don't stop the momentum. They keep it going from that last game.
a bit of a disadvantage whenever you guys are grouped up together right there, especially that you have to take into account that every corner lies some camping capabilities of our defenders here, so they really have to look at every edge and every corner to actually avoid getting picked off, similar to what we have witnessed just now. So again, I think that is going to be like a note that our attackers will take into account.
I mean, this is their map pick, and the fact that they're not checking corners and stuff just gives me a bit of a bad feeling for Viridis, because it's only Harvey that we've seen really checking corners deeply, making sure everything's clear. The rest of his teammates just not as meticulous.
But at least this time they will be moving with caution, because look at the pace that we are witnessing right now. Not as quick in comparison with actually our pistol round earlier. So you have they are slowly moving into heaven side, if I'm not mistaken, right here, and just Cypher just staying his round onto A side for any potential rotations here. So again, he might dish out that blind. Let's see if he is able to get a pick of his own. So Raze with the paint shells over there to completely negate the initial push. So everyone is actually transitioning into the vents area. Cypher is in the area too, but it's nice that he is stealthy, but did not really do that mirror strategy that
30 seconds left.
Earlier.
They do have control of the site now. You can see they're starting to pour in from heaven. All 4 players now made their way over. They've got Javi there to watch the flank, and this could definitely work in their favor. They've got full site control here. The smokes are all down. They're taking all of these fights. I'm scared that they may get a little bit too aggressive here, but Willie, you can see this is good coming in from the side of Viridis. As Grosov finding one, there's Willie. Trying to do a little bit more, but Willie Senorita to find one in exchange.
Indeed, so I guess that is Blue from Sky right there, Phoenix. I mean, it was a good call for him to actually look at the corners, but not the best way to actually go into that specific area with a judge. So in terms of guns, very the difference is evident in there. So right now, still sticking to their stones. Cypher here is going to place his gadgets onto our A site, whilst the other members will be taking the B site for a defense. So rotation wise for the attacker side, they are dispersed here. So yeah, I think the initial strategy for the attackers here should just take down at least 1 or 2 members of the defenders before completely going for the push.
Good stuff coming in from both sides. You can see how patient the Thai team is. It did hit them a little bit hard in that last round, considering they were just way too passive with control of the A side, and as well as you said, the defender's side, the attacker's side. Those post plants so well maintained, and just playing as smart as possible, not getting too aggressive. Harvey finding the first kill going into this round. It will be Dash Jr. going down. And he's actually pushing him all by himself. Looks like they want to go towards that B side. Foxu has found one over towards B as well. And, well, Humble about to walk into another one, but Willie actually finds him in exchange. So, still advantage in favor of the attackers, and Viridis making it work.
Making it work indeed. Just really playing the patience game here. Just waiting for someone
planted.
Takeoffs right there. So they were able to plant the spike right now, and all they have to do is just to really defend their turf here.
Stealing sight.
Oh. Alright.
Lol is slowly making his way in. There's a head. He's been spotted, tapping away. How's that not a headshot? Bouncer seemed to have hit him in the ear or something.
Maybe
but,
an inch.
Yeah. just a wee little lapse in aim there, and it will be Lol just backing away. He's trying to make it away with his life. He wants to hold this gun. He will find a headshot onto Willie. Not too afraid. There's a double kill. So they've made this an expensive round for Viridis, and they've lost too many guns. This could be a big problem for their economy.
And yeah, they can't really keep doing the same things over here, and they just have to basically try to predict who where the attackers are going to like transition themselves into, and they also have to consider that the pace as well of the KU esports are trying to like push out on.
Get out of my way!
Again, they are grouped together once more onto the A side here, but this time I think they have to be pretty careful in terms of really scouting out that area. So they are.
You can see the adjustment.
Yeah, onto A side. Oh.
Well, plenty of kills coming in for the side of KU Esports. Willie does find a couple in exchange. And considering how many guns they lost in that last round, they needed that spike plant to go down, because if they lose this round, they won't have enough for a gun. And the open, down will go Flock 2. That's a 3k for Willie. Now in a 2 versus 2, but so low is the HP over on Willie. And so now he actually spots the cross coming in, pushes his way into the smoke. This really is the only play at this point. He does find one more. How's that a 4k? He's trying to get his way in. That defuse is coming in quick, and he will find the kill. That's an ace from Willie. And what a great haul from him as an individual. They needed that and they find it. A 3rd round on the board here for Viridis.
And you thought that Omen's gonna do some sneaky plays right here. You're like, nope, it's gonna be me. I'm gonna like utilize your shadows. And that was actually a very nice play, because if ever he kind of mispositions himself out there, that could have been in favor of Viridis.
So they haven't actually done too much damage to their economy, so they still have a full gun buy here. And the adjustment's not really being made just yet from KU Esports. They're not getting too aggressive on the defender side. They're not getting too much. I mean, they've got all that map control. They saw that they were all going towards that A side, but they weren't pushing in from their spawn and whatnot. And so right now, it's the adjustment's not really working out for them. Maybe they need to play more passively. Oh, Javi! Sprays straight through box. It's a headshot on Dash Jr. And it's a follow-up. Down goes Senorita. And what a double kill to find the B side.
Very nice reflexes coming from Javi right there. You know, really showing his prowess in similarity with our previous match. But right now, this is going to be a 2v1 fight. Alright, so okay, Phoenix was able to spot out Savvy, but you know what? He says no.
Yeah, nah, you're not gonna get me. Okay, I got a 3k, I want a 4k. You wanna take that away? No. Okay, this is my 4k, thank you very much. And it's a 4th round on the board as well. And so, Harvey, as consistent as ever, and 2 rounds in the lead. Now, have to keep in mind that this can be a very attacker-sided map. So, once we see KU Esports on the other side, we might see the exact opposite of what we're seeing here. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully Viridis can carry this momentum over, because I do want to see a 3rd map. But if that doesn't happen to be the case, well, Viridis, they need to find as many rounds on this side as possible.
True, and again, so for the defender side right here, KU Esports, you know, they are doing a pretty hefty job here. It's just that in terms of our attackers, they are, you know, really keeping up the pace, and the fact that they are really holding their ground first, and as mentioned, they're just really trying to take down members as much as they can. But you know that was actually negated by our Raze here, really you know, blocking out that initial strategy, so he was able to get a triple there, but was quickly shut down by Willie here, doing some spectacular performances of course on Raze.
Oh no, they don't check the corner. They don't check the corner. I didn't what? Dash Jr., what a whiff! He whiffed so bad. That's so bad. I can't believe I just saw that.
Unfortunate turn of events right here. And initially, during the first 2 kills, it was on the side of our defenders, but you know, they managed to retaliate that. And Willie is just, you know, being witty with all of this, you know, plays that he is coming out. So again, taking advantage of our breach right there, using his skill sets, was able to get another pick off on his side. So this is pretty important. Have to be careful again from the behind. Witty takes a quad kill.
If Humble gets the kill there, but that's such a smart play coming in from Viridis Arceus. The crossfire was perfect. It's impossible to get both kills in a 2 versus 1 there. So that was really well played. Unless he caged off behind him before he went for that peek, I don't think he had any cages left to use. So really well played. And KU Esports, now they're looking a bit flat here instead. And Split, maybe it is Viridis' map.
So yeah, Foxu really doing like a good job and actually,
Get out of
really
my
taking
way.
down members of Viridis. But Viridis is able to really catch up to any deficits or losses that they have. So again, this is a very good phase this time. So Sabi will be utilizing both his ults and his dashes out. Oh, but look at that! In the cloud judge play coming from Sabi right there, but of course his life will be traded whilst on that story, so they will be planting down the spike this time. So the best bet that they can actually do here for the side of the defenders is to really know the positions of our attackers here. But you know what, them really grouped up together here is really good shows for some trades, and trades is what happened just now.
I cannot believe that round. I mean, the way that Javi was playing around around Foxu, it was like, okay, I'm gonna go for this. He misses his full right click there with his ult. He's like, okay, I'm gonna back away. He hits the ult rated up by Foxu. He smokes up, jumps up, avoids the whole bomb, and then finds a kill with a shotgun through the smoke. Like, what is that? I don't.
Sneaky
What a great
plays.
play! I can't believe it.
Sneaky plays by Hobby. Gotta learn it too.
Oh, Humble failed his cage there.
I think he's initially trying to put it onto that side, so at least there is some space onto the ground to see if there are some potential.
Exactly. That's a one-way. That's a one-way smoke.
Yeah. So right now, okay. So Zombie, making his redeeming, well, not really redeeming, more like some kills to and fro here. Again, they are gonna, they are playing the field in terms on actually planting the spike, so it's kind of an alternate route right here. But okay, so there are two members. Ray's being really depleted on health, so he has to be very careful.
One enemy remaining.
Kill coming in from Foxu. Now he's all by himself. He can't get around the corner. That's the second time he's died to the utility of Foxu in elbow. That's, again, and it was caught on stream.
Indeed.
That's unfortunate, but there you go, a third round on the board, KE Sports. The adjustment wasn't perfect, it was just aim duels being lost there from the side of Viridis Arcus. And so it was a good retake, it was a 2 versus 3 at one point there. So Viridis Arcus not playing it as well as they should have. KU Sports, they took advantage of every opportunity they had at that point. And so, camera out yet again, and yeah, as you said, that cage for Garage here, where you're trying to clip that on so that you can see just underneath. That one-way cage can be so useful. You spot that with the camera, you activate the cage, you peek out, you can get those kills no problem. But maybe they fixed it. I think that it's not supposed to be a one-way smoke in that situation. Javi, he has no fear, no flashes whatsoever to get into that site. He just peeks, raw peek there. And if there's an up waiting on the other side, he's in danger, but Humble playing this as smart as possible.
I think he's just trying to make some noise to potentially distract the Cypher here. But the Cypher kind of placed his camera in a favorable position wherein he could get to see who goes inside this big garage first. So he has to be a bit careful, though. He might get picked off. Oh, but knowing the location of that camera is kind of vital for Savi right there, kind of denying the vision of the Cypher from earlier. So yeah, I think, like I said earlier, they are just making some noises, but really moving into the A side. But Dash Jr. was able to negate that strategy here. Ooh.
Retake scenario in towards the A side. That spike is going down. Dash Jr. pushes straight through, growth off. He'll find a kill and gets full HP in return. And can't find the second though, because Foxy finds it before he's done healing. Foxy tries to double kill. And now they're trying to work their way back in. The kills are coming in for the side of KU, and the last player alive has to face the ult of Foxu.
Another one for the cam.
Oh!
Okay. Again. Okay, Foxy really doing some good plays here. And if you guys notice, he did get some kills with his tools right here with the boom bots and the paint shells, simply because he is able to pin down the attackers in a position wherein they are kind of pinned down, where it's kind of really convenient to just throw out his, gadgets right there. So it's pretty neat that he is able to do that. But I just really can't get over the fact that he was able to use his ult. Cypher could have survived that, but it was an inch close.
Yup. And that inch, I mean, it was all he needed.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's just the king. He's just the king of the A side. I don't know how he keeps getting away with these kills, but he will. And now 4-6, that's a really good scoreline. They're 2 rounds away from the end of this first half. They've already gotten so close to tying up the scoreline here. Once on the attacker side, I think they're going to get even more damage done. So Viridis Arcus, they should be scared right now.
And the fact that the threat levels of the Rays, as you mentioned here on A, they managed to really get some clutch plays to and fro, so they have to be very wary of that. So, just try and see some gunshots here, making some noise. Okay, clouds and smokes are going to be dished out here, so let's see who gets to meet their fate here. But, Dash Jr. was able to take down Ray here, Sloppy having a trade, but, all throughout, still, KU Esports managed to hold their ground
before the hash.
It was looking bleak. Okay, it was looking really bleak for KU Esports. We saw that those first couple of rounds it was 5-1, 5-2, then it was 6-2. And I was like, okay, I think Viridis might be able to run away with this. But now 5-6, they could turn this into a 6-6 once they switch sides. I mean, Viridis Esports, I don't know what their defense is going to be like. They've got their Cypher, that's the one Sentinel, and I mean for everyone else, they've got 2 duelists and not that many smokes to work with. So those counters are going to be so big. Javi trying to get that early damage done, won't find it. Instead, they just find information over towards garage. They just back away. They got 3 players at the B side.
I got the
Yeah, I
spike.
have this feeling that KU Esports is like defending split in a very aggressive manner, because they're the ones actually, dictating the momentum or dictating the pace right here. And as mentioned here, Foxu again with another pick off onto the B side. And yeah, as you mentioned, them really tying out the scores here on to them being the defenders. It's no question that they might have spontaneous plays this time for KU Esports, since this map is attacker favor.
And like, keep that in mind that it's attacker sided. And like, you can see Humble's actually put a tripwire over towards the A side in case someone tries to push for that information. So they're probably going for a B take at that point, if that's going to be the case, unless he picks up the tripwire. You see the Spike is still wondering where to go. I think that they haven't actually decided on a plan just yet, KU Esports, but, well, you got 5 seconds till this round starts, so let's see how this pistol round goes for the second half. On the other side, Viridis Arcus, they made a line across the map to defend, and there's actually no one watching from spawn, and so it's pretty loose defense over towards A.
Very nice placement of the cameras right here. Willie doesn't necessarily have to go and engage himself onto the ramp area, and just really apply some information here. So he is aware that there are people here onto the A side. Oh, Rams, you have to check your behind, my friend, because he might.
Oh no!
All right, very sneaky place, but I think they are going into the vents area.
Tripwire destroyed.
Cage
triggered.
They don't, what?
Okay.
How have they not found each other yet? I don't understand. Willie still trying to play around the smoke. He's basically stuck in this position at this point. He's trying to go for a little wall bang there. Not gonna find any space just yet. There's Javi though to back him up, and that smoke coming out from Javi should scare Humble 2K, because he doesn't want to go up against the top fragger. But he peeks it anyway, no fear, and he will still find the kill. Humble finds Willie.
Yeah,
Okay.
but there are some trades that are happening here onto the B side, so this is a 3v3 fight. Omen with a low break of health right there.
One enemy
Was
remaining.
picked up. But Foxu just, ignoring all the odds right there and just, going in with the classic and just taking them all down.
I don't even like Foxu. He had a very quiet first game, right? He was playing on the Sova, maybe not an agent he's too comfortable with. and he was just not finding that many kills. Now he's on Raze and he is shining. He's getting all these kills with the pistols, with all of his utility. Everything is going in his favor here on Split, and so Foxu, absolute star player so far, and he's been like my MVP for this first game.
I actually agree, and the fact that he is able to get some pickoffs with his utilities, mostly it's gonna be, you will be having that kind of Power Rangers pickoffs to a thrower, and you don't necessarily have to be present to get a pickoff. But look at that double kill coming from Senorita with all of that smokes into mid area, and just
Look,
really,
Foxu, he knifed Hobby.
he wasn't. Oh my god.
Oh, the PM. I mean, do you get? I don't know how much extra money you get for that. It's not a lot. So going for the knife is purely to disrespect.
Oh, the disrespect indeed. Foxu, he is just really asserting his dominance right here at this point. Where we get to see the positions once again here. I think they are eyeing out for, if I'm not mistaken, this is B side once again. Actually, no, transitioning onto mid for KU Esports right here. So, very surprising that not much is actually guarding the area except for Breach, who is in Heaven's side onto B. Oh, this could be interesting.
It's a fast road. You can see they've pulled 4 players over towards that B side. They go through the connector all by himself alone is Willie. Willie's just gone down. A side is just theirs for the taking. And now the rotate's coming in. Look at you can see the cogs working their mind like, wait a minute, we've just been completely duped. And the person holding the cross is going to be Foxu. And that's always a scary prospect.
Okay.
He just wants to make his way straight and just brute force his way in towards the A side. The spike is going down deep corner. I think Foxu wanted to go for a fight there instead of going for the plant, but Harvey has found the first kill.
I love it how Foxu is having that much confidence in actually, using his satchels to try to position himself at A. And again, Senorita just really utilizing his positions over there, and Lol just really takes the queen up.
9 to 6, 6 to 9, and that's a. I mean, I feel like at this point, British Arcus is letting them start to get way too much momentum here. They need to get 1 round back, otherwise, if they find a 10th round to 6, I feel like they just run away. I think that's it. They're just done at that point.
True, and yeah, I think at this point they are force buying here, if I'm not mistaken, for Virtus Arcus, because they need to win this round in order to actually kind of stabilize the economy for them, and quite bit, really enough to actually buy at least a Spectre here. But you know what, going back into our game here. Okay, really holding their ground. These attackers are the ones actually waiting for the defenders to go for the peak, and not the other way around. So.
Javi being forced back. Oh, he wants to go for it. He's got the shorty in hand, and Foxy just found one. Oh, Javi pushing in behind him. He may have missed his timing though. The push. Oh my goodness, he's running out of ammo. There's Foxy. Javi tried to get the knife in exchange. He saw him pull it out there. Down inside the site. That's another kill. It's a 3 versus 1, and what can Willie do? He's so far away. He's over towards A. That spike's gonna go down. And he's got the Vandal to work with. He's got no utility to make his way back in. He's only got 125 on him. And so, at this point, he can go for the save. But again, I said, if it goes to 10-6, they get that momentum and they start to run away with it. If Willie could clutch this, that would be everything. But he's not... Oh, he checks the corner! He's gonna find the first kill. That's 86 HP remaining. Willie checking back to see if there's anyone trying to flank him. Apato B.
Oh, I think they're just gonna hold their ground right here and actually wait for Willie to go for the defuse. Because
it's a crossfire again.
That might be the case, because simply Willie has to force this out if he really wants to win the round. And KU Esports knowing this, it's just a matter of them actually waiting for them to defuse, or just buy some time for him to not actually have the time for it to defuse. And with that being said, really quick on her knees, was able to aim pretty well for Humble there. And again, the round is going to be going to KU Esports.
KU Esports absolutely the better team from what it looks like right here. Javi, he has been absolutely amazing so far, but his teammates just haven't been able to keep up with his explosive playstyle. I mean, you're looking at Viridis, right? They're not the best team the Philippines has. Basically, at this tournament, I think it's LG Valorant that are the our star team. They're the Atenean team, but Viridis Arcus, they came a very close second. So it's kind of telling of our region, and you look at the Thai region. I feel like the Indonesian region is still going to be the best, just because they produce the most amazing players, and I don't even know why. It's just something they do when it comes to FPS. But well, regardless, I went on a little bit of a tangent there. It's still the PH team versus the Thai team, KU Esports versus Viridis Arcus, and KU are 3 rounds away from beating Viridis 2-0. Foxu, he's about to push himself in, taking every corner, but Bolster actually shuts him down. There's Humble for the refrag, and there's Haps for a refrag to him. And it keeps going back and forth. Lol finds one more. There, down goes Haps.
Again, from the behind. Always check
Spike's going down.
the behind. So Lol is going to be planting the spike onto B side. So again, this is going to really reverse the placements this time.
I know exactly
the attacker is going to actually defend that spike until it kind of gets exploded. But you know what? Ult is going to be procced here by Reina here, so trying to half defuse this first. And I guess Lol really hearing this, Rolling Thunder was able to get Reina here on sides, and of course abusing that fact here. Phoenix was able to get the kill of his own, but this is a 1v1 track, so you have to check your behind once again. But Willie does not have enough time to actually defuse this. Oh, actually he does.
See?
Yeah, he does. He does have time.
That is so 0.71
seconds.
That It can't get any closer. They finally found a round back, and it was by the skin of their teeth. That is such a. I mean, it's not luck. That was pure skill coming in. Well played there by Willie. And Lol just flashed the wrong side there. He just had the wrong. I guess he had the wrong info, or just the wrong game sense at that point. But finally, Viridis, they take one back.
But basically, the misposition happened quite there for Lol, and Willie just really abusing that fact, and having that into play. It's nice that he didn't really waste time, because if he did, that could have been like a nanosecond, to not really spare. So going back into the positions of our respective teams once more, KU Esports really not on the aggressive side so much in terms of pushes, but this time they might be committing this Heaven side if ever they are able to actually take down Serena on top side. Ooh. Again with Zoombot. Ooh.
Oh, that's not Javi! My goodness, he's been on a leash for a little bit too long there. What a fast round! That was done in seconds.
From the behind as well. I mean, I'm liking this, backfires coming from both of our teams, and yeah, and they still need like 2 more to actually even the things out. But so far, Viridis Arcus may set back into their footing once again, so they might force out another map right here, depending if they are able to be consistent with the performances that they have into the past 2 rounds.
You can see that KU, they keep trying to force that mid control. It didn't turn out so good in that last round. Oh! Haps, he just missed the timing there. Lol gets into the corner, and Fox has just found Grossoff. So right now, the spike going back towards B, they want to do what they were planning to do in that last round, and they've basically left it open here. Omen is low inside the site. Javi's found one, but there's Lol with a refrag onto Bowster, and it's a 3 versus 3.
Alright, so the Phoenix will be using his flames right here onto the alleyway just to prevent perhaps from committing really push. But ooh, this is going to be a 3v3. So this time I think the attackers just have to hold their positions in a way so that, but I think the defenders here will be going for some trades. One would defuse and one would just really eye them out instead, just like that. But of course again, Lol still has the chance, but ooh.
That timing on that flash, he just missed the timing. Haps was so low there. 30 HP left, but now they're starting to crawl their way back up. 10-9. This defense is starting to get a little bit more solid round by round, and they haven't broken the economy just yet. They still have plenty to buy on the side of KU Esports.
Great. And yeah, As mentioned, they just need one more round to actually even the odds out. So good. I think they're trying to, really solidify their defenses here all the more, really learning how to be more passive in the approach and letting actually K Esports go for the pushes first. Because if they kind of collide with them, that might not be a good spot for Viridis Arcus there.
I absolutely agree. This is such an important round for them. Hobby has been so instrumental in this position as well. That spikes makes its way over towards A long, and now you can see Javi could get flanked at this point. He could get pincered between these two teams, but it's so hard to pincer Javi because he is so quick thinking. Gets the first kill, he dashes away depending on how many he sees. He creates so much space for himself, and so it's a risky proposition. You can see the rotate coming in from spawn. They're all going to make their way in from A main. This could be a dangerous push coming in, but Dash has just found Willie. Humble pushing himself inside of this smoke. Down goes the spike. There's smokes all over the entrances, and Fox just found Bowster. This looks like KU straight back into this game.
And it depends if Tavi may be able to get some plays right here. And you know what, Reyna not really going down without a fight, was able to pick down one. Will be blinding them here on the A side. So again, as I mentioned, Savi was able to take one, but the trade is going to happen for Senorita. And just like that, ooh, K Esports. Oh!
That was so close. That timing was purely on the side of Dash Jr. He got that. Yeah, exactly. Perfect timing coming in. As soon he basically hidden in the backside. You can see Grosov was expecting there to be the last player coming in from elbow, because it's always elbow the last player, but instead peeks in from behind LED, finding that kill. That was I mean, they're 2 rounds away now from winning this. It's 11-9.
Truly.
Let's have some fun.
Well, it's just so amazing how the reflexes are already on point here, and it's just I don't know. I'm still in awe, because these are some of the things that even I myself have a lot of learnings to do. But going back here, they are on a different caliber. So going back to the way that they positioned themselves here, KO Esports maybe opting for another A side push, since they've been winning on A side here. So I think they're just really utilizing that advantage.
Javi has switched up his position here as well. They just want to play inside of ropes. They've just given up mid control completely over towards KU Esports. They could take full advantage of that. Dash Jr. pushing his way up into ramp. Grosov has to retake Heaven. He's just had to waste his last flash. Their map control is really lackluster here for Viridis. The amount of space they're giving, they have to fight their way back in to get back the space that they've lost. It's not ideal. Javi, this is a pretty strong position to be in, but that flash come in, completely paranoid, he has to back away. Javi, great sense about. Oh my goodness, catching Fox mid-air, full flash on, the smoke goes down. You see how Javi is such a reactive player. Okay, alright.
That was just beautiful for Javi right here, and just really getting our attackers off guard right there. And yeah, like you mentioned, he is a very reactive player, utilizing his smokes properly. And yeah, I think that he too has to share some of that reaction as well to his members, simply because, like you mentioned, during B side they kind of wasted a lot of resources there from blinding and flashing. Hence they are not able to use it when there is some rotations that are coming into play. So they have to really take into consideration that every kit or every utility that they have could be used in in a way that can be to place them actually in an advantageous phase.
Say Foxu has 37 kills. He's on his way to a 40 bomb here.
Joke's over.
Can you do that? I can.
Out comes the ult. Both ults out at the same time. There's no one in that corner. And oh no! He's actually gonna find just the one kill, but these are good frags coming in from the side of KU, because they haven't really invested that much into this round. I saw Bucky coming out. Look at the kills coming with a classic as well.
So they might get a 50 fight right here. depending on that. But you know what? They are still high onto their reflexes there, and still was able to even out the scores for against KU Esports rather. So I'm having the same feels during our first match again.
Yes, that goes there.
These are the same players coming in. Foxu 38 kills is. He's done a lot of work, but last time we saw someone just outfrag his entire team, they lost. And we're seeing a little bit more consistent coming in from the side of Viridis Arcus. So we'll see if Fox's performance is going to amount to that much.
So yeah, again, camera placements here just to apply some vision and information as well for teammates here, and just really holding themselves off here, not really going for a aggressive push, which is wasn't really seen during the duration of our match right now. But it's gonna be pretty interesting if they do so, because that may startle off our defenders. But going back right here, so still keeping their ground, but our attacker still has a minute to work with here if ever they decide to go for a raid.
Off your feet!
The hunt begins.
Off your feet!
See, lol, trying to work against that stun. I think he turned up his sensitivity or something, just to compensate. He gets around the corner. Oh, 3 HP. Gross. He really wants to go for this. He gets double peeked, and Humble will be finding Gross. Last player alive will be Willie, and Fox is going to find him. That's match point for KU Esports. They didn't lose a single player.
A very flawless
Match
round indeed for the side of KU Esports, really trying to state some dominance here, and as the announcer has mentioned, this is going to be the match point. So one more exemplary performance by KU Esports, and they might be snagging off a clean 2-0 on them. But it depends. There is still some shade of light here for Viridis Arcus if ever they are able to contain our attackers here.
He was on 40 kills. How do you get 40 kills in an actual pro match? That's insane.
Basically ask folks for that.
Yep.
We might need to take
Shit, what are you on?
I know exactly where
inspiration maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like Foxy's like my favorite player right now for this whole tournament.
Very very highlighted player here. Really, other than utilizing his skills, the fact that he is able to make some clutch plays and try to throw off the positions of our defenders from earlier, it kind of is a commendable thing for Foxu right here. So right now they are transitioned themselves from the series down to the A side. So they may be going for this. I think they just need to know some information first. Try to take one down before going to actually
Teleport straight into LED, and that's gonna make some space for his team. But Javi found the kill on the LUL. There's Senorita finding Javi in exchange. They've just lost Javi. That's a big problem. As now it's a 3 versus 4. They have the man advantage, but they don't have the Javi advantage, which is a big one, to be fair. Paranoia is ready to come out. The 3 players make their way in from spawn. This is such a difficult position. It's such a difficult retake. Every time they play elbow, it doesn't really work out for them. Out in the open, Fox are going to be going down. They've just lost their best player as well. But there's Dash Jr. with a double kill. 1 versus 2, and he's getting danced around here. Out in the open, can't find the kill, and it will be overtime here on Split. A great retake coming in from the side of Haps and Willie.
Indeed. So, yeah, like as stated earlier, they were able to pin down the attackers here, specifically for
sudden death,
Foxu and the Breach earlier, in a way that they are not able to play around with the A side. So they kind of forced the overtime here. So pretty interesting how the comeback potentials of Viridis Arcus is. Alright. Oh, it's a bit blurred on my view, but this is still a 40 kill for Fox, if I'm not mistaken.
See, he got 40 kills before it goes to overtime, but now that it is overtime, they'll be like, he only got 40 kills because he went into overtime. They're in a pause at the moment. Maybe there's a tech issue. You can see there's a question mark coming in from the side of no OT. He's asking. Oh, it's end. Oh, okay. See, here's the thing. It's sudden death. This isn't. Supposedly, it should be first to 14, but right now, because of the game settings, it is first to 13, which.
Oh, so sudden death is going to happen this time around. So
And I think it's unintended. So they're probably trying to figure out what they're going to do with the with the admin. That happens. I mean, you know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
It's a new game and you can't change it on the fly, like, you don't have a console or anything like that, so...
A good way to start your morning after all with some Valorant action here. Sometimes, it tends to, a little bit of tweaks have to be considered.
Right, and again, this is the Cyberathlete Valorant Collegiate Invitational. They've got teams from all over Southeast Asia. If you're interested in what the countries are, all the countries that are included in this, it's Indonesia, Macau, Taiwan, Philippines, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Malaysia. So, representation from all over Southeast Asia.
Really a good chance to show off your skills here in Valorant and, really inspire, especially to those who are actually taking interest into the game. But right now, we are heading into the action here, really populated on the side of the middle area for both attackers and defenders. So it's all about who gets to be executed first that may decide the pace of our game. And down we go right here.
Well, there's the first kills coming in straight away from the side of Viridis. A double kill through the smoke. And that spike has dropped in the corner, and then they got those kills, and then they left mid completely. They fought for that mid control, and then they didn't have to hold on, which means now it's going to make it so much harder for Viridis to make their way back in.
Truly, and yeah, still no casualties coming in from Viridis Arcus here, and all they have to do is just really hold their ground. Any potential rotations coming in from the vent? Let's see, the K2 will be... Oh!
They are completely outplayed at this point. Bowser plays so well. Oh, but I mean, I say that. Oh, he ran straight in with his knife out.
Defenders win.
Oh!
I don't know. Is this counted? I'm wondering because it should be first to 14.
Yeah. So let's just wait for the decisions.
Yeah.
Our jury here.
Because we're seeing the referee room having a little bit of look at that performance from Foxu. 40 kills and 17 deaths. That's a 2-point-something KD. That's math I can't even do. But such a good performance from him. But even better performance coming in from Viridis Arcus. I don't know if this counts. I feel like it's gonna keep going overtime because they have to switch sides. You can't just win on one side and that be it.
Truly, and yeah, I think we just have to wait for the decision of our from the back ends as well. And I mean, sometimes it happens, but man, the fact that they are able to turn the tides around and go for that comeback, it's kind of surreal because it kind of places the attackers earlier into a very complacent position wherein they might think that they actually got the rounds, but you know what, with that consistent plays that Viridis Arcus was able to execute, it kind of just kind of threw the expectations off.
Okay, so I think that is counted. So it will be a third map coming up at 1:55. So well, there you go. We'll be taking a quick break. And again, this is the Cyberathlete Valorant Collegiate Invitational. This is KU Esports versus Viridis Arcus, the Thai team versus the Philippine team, and we'll be coming back for a third map. We'll be telling you what the map is going to be, so do stick around. We'll be right back.